So tiresome.
This had better be good.
It's an honor to finally meet you. When I heard you were in town, I just had to send for your help. Your reputation precedes you. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Cyrodiil. Likewise. Sorry to send Gillen's wife to get you in that manner, but it seems safer if we weren't seen on the streets right now. If you'll come with me. Splendid. Watch your step.
You remind me of my homeland during the Blight.
I'm honored by your presence.
Welcome. You're now in the sanctuary of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. Few outside our circle have ever set foot in our hallowed hall. We are, for lack of a better word, defenders. We guard the city from an infestation that plagues it. We are vampire hunters. I'm sure you are familiar with these despicable beings, feeding on the innocent as if they were cattle. Well, this group was formed to combat them. Alas, we are but 3 old men, not able to match the fighting prowess of a vampire. We lack the strength to defeat them in battle. Our goal is to root out the vampires that live in our fair city. So far, we've been unsuccessful finding one, until now. It's come to the Order's attention that Temple District resident Roland Genseric is a vampire, and has already claimed one victim. That's where you come in. We want you to slay this vampire and cleanse the city of his filth before he can feed or kill again. A few nights ago, I was roaming the city as I often do, looking for any signs of a vampire. As I headed past Roland's house, I heard a cry. I rushed into the back garden to find Roland struggling with a woman he'd been courting. I tried to intervene, but he was too strong. He threw his lover to the ground and turned his attention on me. Luckily, I managed to run back into the street and escape his grasp. I hid for a while and then returned to the garden. Roland was gone, and the woman was dead. She had 2 puncture marks on the nape of her neck. That's when I realized he was a vampire. The Order needs you to track him and destroy him. I would start by searching his home. He hasn't been there for days, so it should be safe. Return to us here if you have questions. We meet at night. Who knows when Roland may strike again? You must hurry.
How can I be of service? Roland was very much the loner. He never married and was rarely seen outside his house. I'm surprised his secret wasn't discovered sooner. The vampire cannot exist in the daylight for long. As the sun's rays strike his flesh, it will burn as if on fire. Be ever vigilant. Vampires are creatures of deceit.
What is it now? Cyrodiil is asleep right now. He's had a long night of study and is exhausted. Do not disturb him. He'll be up at 5 this evening. Walk with virtue, friend.
What's going on with you?
I saw a mud crab a couple of days ago. Ugly little animals.
Nasty creatures, but I hear their meat is rather tasty.
Take care.
You too.
Hello again. Felt my knowledge is at your disposal. Roland was always a quiet man. It was only recently he'd met that young lady. Poor girl. They must avenge her death. Vampires are clever, so watch your back.
Goblins around here not long ago. I can't stand those things.
Speak.
What is it, citizen?
Go away. I know what you're here for. Just leave me alone. Vampires? Why would you ask me about those filthy creatures? That bastard! Cyrodiil dares accuse me of being a vampire? Me? Ha! He's the one who is the vampire. I can't believe him. I knew he would try and pin this on me. If only I could get my hands on him. I'm sorry. I've been hiding up here in this cabin and I've forgotten my manners. Try and understand. I loved her. I'd never harm her. Ralphina was the love of my life. For the first time, I had a positive outlook. Then I saw Cyrodiil looking at her with those coveting eyes. When she started taking walks in the garden at night, I became suspicious. I didn't want to lose her. I should have trusted her. Oh, Ralphina. Yes, I must let someone else know. That night, I decided to follow Ralphina. I wanted to see where she went on her walks. When she stopped in the garden and Cyrodiil stepped out of the shadows, my heart sank. Then suddenly he was upon her. She seemed entranced as he wrapped his arms around her and sank his teeth into her neck. I burst from my hiding place and attacked Cyrodiil. He became startled for a moment and tossed Ralphina aside. She fell to the ground, and I heard a sickening crack as her head struck a stone. I was no equal to Cyrodiil. He knocked me down in one quick movement. As I lost consciousness, I saw him laugh and then run away. Now I know why he didn't finish me that night. He wanted to cast suspicions on me instead. I panicked. By the time I awoke, her body was gone. I knew Cyrodiil was a respected member of the community. They'd never believe he was a vampire. I retreated here to the cabin to collect my thoughts. Amantius Electus was killed during a burglary. They say the house was ransacked. I suppose you must decide what to do. Are you going to kill me? Thank you. I'm happy you gave me a chance to explain. Remain leery of Cyrodiil. He's much more cunning than you may suspect. Thank you.
This had better be good.
Have you ever bought a magic...
Speak.
Your trust is appreciated. I know about Cyrodiil and his secret order. What better way for a vampire to hide than to pretend he hunts them? You may want to speak to Phintius at the first edition bookshop in the market district of the city. I know he goes there occasionally. I doubt that he's told Gillen and Greythroat anything, but you could always try. Remain leery of Cyrodiil. He's much more cunning than you may suppose.
Speak.
I heard you know how to move in light armor.
What can I do for you? Good day. Cyrodiil? He comes in from time to time. Usually it's when he's out shopping. He always comes in with a large amount of travel food in his bag. Then sometimes he buys a few books. I asked him once about it, and he said that he goes out of the city on business trips. I think I overheard him once mention Memorial Cave to another patron of mine, but he never talked to me about it directly. Yes, it's outside of the Imperial City. I heard it's a place where many of the heroes from past wars are buried. Sort of a subterranean graveyard. I just assumed Cyrodiil had a relative that died and is buried there. Not many people go out there anymore, as the route is dangerous. But Cyrodiil's a stubborn one. Takes integrity for a man to risk his own life to honor the fallen. I admire him for that. I looked it up once in an old atlas I had in stock. Here, let me mark it on your map. Good day.
You're pathetic.
is the part where you...
What's the matter? Getting tired?
I hope you're here to bring me good news. He's dead? Oh, thank goodness. I feared I'd never be able to leave here, or worse, that he would come for me. I can finally return home. The ironic thing is that I think the Order of the Virtuous Blood should continue its work. Perhaps I'll speak to the others. Yes, I think that the Order will live on. Give me time to make arrangements and meet me in Cyrodiil's basement. Horrid creatures. I hope we never see one in the Imperial City again. Let us never speak of that abomination again. I'll see you in the Imperial City.
Good. What? That looks like the armor I asked for. Well done. That wasn't so hard, was it? And now, if you need training, I'd be ever so happy to provide it. Good that you want to get better. An intriguing fellow from what I've heard. A cut above the usual street corner rabble-rouser. He's the talk of Anvil, apparently. An intriguing fellow from what I've heard. A cut above the usual street corner rabble-rouser. He's the talk of Anvil, apparently. Take care.
I'm Shrava. I'm an advanced trainer in acrobatics. Did I mention I hate dogs? So keep your dogs away from me unless they want some advanced lessons in plunging from great heights. Let's get to training. Be seeing you.
Hi. A friend of mine was a member of the Legion.
Atmosphere has been
She said
killed.
some Ultima knows never shop.
I hope I can help. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in? A good price for a good customer. That's a good deal. An excellent bargain. Come back and see me again. Be seeing you.
How are you?
Tidings, citizen.
I've been better.
The Tiber Septum
I heard
Hotel
it
is a
was so
nice
ahead.
You have my ear, citizen.
I didn't know Cyrodiil was a vampire, I swear. I serve Roland now. Please, accept my apologies for my error in judgment.
It's so good to see you again. I've spent a good deal of time speaking with Gillen and Greythroat. They agree that the Order should live on. Not only that, but we'd like to make you an honorary member. If you're ever in need of our services, we'd be happy to provide them for you. In addition, we'd like to reward you with this enchanted ring. Use it well in the fight. At least there are a few less vampires in the world now. Well done. But there are more of these creatures that still roam Cyrodiil. If any of our books can help you in the cause of destroying more, you're welcome to read them. Since you're an honorary member of the Order, if you bring back proof you've slain a vampire, we'd be glad to compensate you. Bring back the vampire dust from their remains. That should be proof enough. Excellent. Another vampire has been slain. Here's your reward. Return to me when you have slain another vampire, and the Order will gladly reward you. May the sunlight always safeguard your path.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Drayless will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information. Say what you're going to say. Oh, well, isn't that... I'll take it for me. Thanks. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Drayless, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. I've heard that Orentus Falvius at the chapel can conjure up creatures. Feel free to question anyone in town. I shouldn't...
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Brayden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Brayden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carius that Brayden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Brayden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. I know I sound desperate.
Sorry, I have a lot of work to do.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're back.
Hello.
Sir? Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Brayden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Reynold slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Brayden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow. Can you believe that a thief broke into the Imperial Palace itself? Leave me alone.
Is there a problem? Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynil slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow. Stop talking.
I can eat for a day with a single coin. Oh, thank you, kind sir. Oh, you hear about Gerunder? He was caught stealing gold, and now he's in jail. I bet Arnora is beside herself with grief. Arnora and Gerunder were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear that he took all of their money and stashed it after he committed a robbery. He was going to skip town on Arnora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no money left at all. Poor thing. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynil slew him. It's kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow. Blessings of Mystara upon ye.
Hello. I am honored to speak to the hero of the Battle of Bruma. What can I do for you? Nords who drink either get friendly or mean. I'm here to deal with the mean ones. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynil slew him. Kinda strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such an likable fellow. Bye. Looks like... Hail, savior of Bruma! Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city gates. You can't miss it. Apparently, Right Wind teaches his blade skills to other Fighters Guild members. Good day. Whoa! What can I do for you today? I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. How kind. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either. What can I do for you today? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. He isn't in right now, so you should be clear to check it out. Just don't tell anyone I gave the key to you. Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel? They say he haunts the road to Coral. Not that I've ever seen him myself, mind you. Just look for me if you need anything else. What's your story? Do you know Juntus Brolus? Can't say I know him very well. I understand he'll train people.
Stop right there, criminal scum! That's too bad. I was hoping you'd resist arrest. Okay, here's the You're a fit one. Been running along.
Hello.
Come on.
Greetings, Argonian.
Hello.
What can I do for you today? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynal told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything else.
I've heard a number of stories.
I am honored to speak to the hero of the Battle of Bruma. What can I do for you? Be seeing you. Good news from...
I've heard you know how to move in light armor.
Oh, you're back.
Hello.
So, any new revelations in your, investigation? How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Galaborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Galaborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Galaborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynil have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Do you have any more questions? I'm afraid I know little more. Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created with Raynil. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynil was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gellerborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Rainiel doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Rainiel will answer for Braden's death. I can't wait to get my hands on Rainiel. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully. Rainiel will pay for both crimes. Gellerborn was likely another innocent he's slain. I'll make sure Skingrad's City Watch hears of this. Please hurry.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low here for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom. Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck.
You look like someone who's comfortable.
Greetings. What exactly do you require?
What news do you bring? I knew I recognized Rainiel. I think when I first met Braden many years ago, he introduced me to him. They were part of some sort of brotherhood. They would roam Cyrodiil in search of legendary treasures and the like. The only reason he stopped doing that is because we got married and he wanted to settle down. I'm afraid thanks to Raynil, that time is lost. Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word, Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand. Justice has been done.
What is it, pond scum?
Can't you see that I'm upset? I suppose I can trust you with this information. After all, if you can help me recover my stolen gold, you may find yourself earning some of it. I know what you've heard, all about Jorunda and his run-in with the town guard. Well, let's just say it isn't exactly all true. I may have let a detail or two leak out to entice someone such as you to assist me. Until you agree to my scheme, I don't want to say more. All I can promise is that you'll be making a lot of money. Are you in or are you out? Smart answer. Here's the deal. Jorunda and I have had a rocky relationship at best. Against my will, I've been dragged all over Cyrodiil helping him commit petty crimes. I wouldn't say we're thieves. I mean, we've stolen things, sure. But we've never stolen that much at one time. Just enough to keep us going. That is until last year. Jorunda started to take risks and began robbing more dangerous targets. Not just lone merchants, mind you. I'm talking about the bigger scores, like estates and tax shipments. I begged him to stop, as I knew that his capers would one day lead to violence. He just threatened to hurt me if I got in his way. I think the gold changed him, I really do. He wasn't the man I met 7 years ago. The few times I tried to say something, he'd strike me or push me away. I began to become frightened of him. Our last score was a tax shipment being delivered to the Imperial City. We robbed it, and in the midst of the chaos, Jorunda killed a guard. I was mortified. We snatched up the gold and holed up in the mountains. He said if I breathed a word of the murder to anyone, he'd kill me. I was terrified of him at this point. 2 days later, the Bruma City Guard traced us to our makeshift campsite. I was off gathering food, but Jorunda was captured. Served him right. When I went back to the site later, the gold was gone. He'd moved it. What I need you to do is go to the Bruma Castle dungeons and speak to him for me. Convince him to tell you where the gold is, and then we split it. Oh, have you heard? About old Bainlin? It was a horrible accident. A stuffed minotaur head fell off the wall and crushed him to death. Tragic. He's not likely to just come out.
Good evening.
You're a fit one.
What seems to be the problem? She holds public audience in the Great Hall on weekday mornings. If you need to speak to her, that's the time to do it. What a bother. Don't be too long about it. I got to stay with you, so there isn't any funny business. I haven't got all day.
I don't know who you are, nor do I care. All I know is that I want you to leave. I'm not talking to you about anything. You're an outsider. I bet you're trying to trick me into telling something and the guards put you up to it. That fetcher of a guard, Tirelius, is always trying to be sneaky. Well, you can forget it. Tell him it isn't going to work.
Don't get too close to the prisoners. No touching the locks. I haven't got all day. Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail. Hope you rot, criminal scum.
By the way the guards tossed you in here, I can see you're no friend of theirs. I suppose I can trust you. In fact, maybe you can help me with a bit of a problem, and make some money for yourself in the process. I'm in here for the long haul. They got me for murder, even though I didn't do it. And once the Count makes a ruling, there's no way it's changing. I owe all of this to that heartless, treacherous witch, Arnora. You want to know what happened? I'll tell you. I was betrayed, stabbed in the back. I'm in here and Arnora's out there, living in my house. We were doing petty crimes all over Cyrodiil. Small scores, 10 gold here, 25 there. Nothing big enough to have them investigate you. Then along comes Arnora with a plan to waylay a tax shipment headed for the Imperial City. We're talking serious gold, complete with armed escorts. I told her she was crazy, but she insisted. Women have a way of getting men to do what they want. So we did it. We ambushed the shipment. In the process, Arnora killed a guard. I told her to be careful and just knock them out, but she didn't listen. We then buried the gold in the woods. Then she disappears to get supplies. Suddenly, the campsite gets raided by the Bruma City Guard. There's no way they could have found us. Oh, there's no doubt she tipped them off. But I was one step ahead. I had moved the loot while she was away. My final revenge. Or was it? I'll tell you. I want Arnora dead. That's right, I said dead. She took my life away, and now I want hers taken as well. You do this for me, and you get the gold. All of it. All I need is proof is that damn amulet she always wears. Show that to me, and the money is yours. You want the gold? You bring me our... Finally, a chance for revenge.
What?
What? It's you.
Welcome back. So he told you another one of his tall tales. I hope you didn't believe him. What's he got in store for me? He sent you to kill me, is that it? What if there was another way? What if he thought I was dead, but I wasn't? Then he'd tell you the location of the gold. What did he need as proof? That fetcher. He knows this is the only heirloom I have left from my family. Only he would stoop so low. Look, I know you could just kill me where I stand. But what if I gave you the amulet and you bring it to him? Then he'd say where the gold's stashed. You kill me here and now. And as far as the town guard is concerned, it's a crime. So you make your choice. You want to do it my way or Jorunda's? I knew you'd make the smarter decision. Good. Here's the key to the chest by my bed. Inside you'll find the amulet Jorunda wants. Take my amulet to him. Get the gold and bring half of it back here to me. If you don't come back, I'll let the guards in on our plan. You'll be hunted all over Cyrodiil. You don't want that, do you? I don't think so. Good luck. I warn you, don't cross... Hey! What's going on? Hey, come on now! There's no need to get...
Greeting! I'm really tired. Can we get on with this? Armand Kristoff and Skriva have special arrangements with the guards and judges throughout Cyrodiil. They can make all... Yeah, my favorite customer. What do you got? I think I can... I'm glad that's done. I need a... Shadow High...
What?
Hello. Hurry up! What? No touching the locks! No touching the lock! Get too close to the prisoners. There's no problem. What a bother. We have nothing to discuss. No touching the locks. You're off duty now.
My
What?
feet are killing me.
Good to see you again. If I liked you better, then I might tell you. So, what about that will get you, see? Was that hard? I've been looking for just the right owner for a special home I have. It's a quaint little house conveniently located just off the main gate. Wonderful. I'll have the deed transferred to you. Here is your key to the door. As I said, it's located right by the main gate. I've had a look at the place myself, and it could use some furnishings inside. Quite barren in there, I'm afraid. I'm fairly certain that Cyrodiil at Nova Roma here in Bruma can acquire the things you'll need to make it look like home. He served Emperor Uriel for many years, and so far he has done well in an impossible situation. May luck be always on your side.
You look like a bright one.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
Oh! Ah! Ah! Yeah? What do you want? None of your damn business. I'd tell you if I liked you, and I don't. Go ahead. We understand each other perfectly. Maybe I know him, maybe I don't. But since you're so interested, I know something that could jar my memory. I just learned that a family heirloom, the axe of Dragal, which one of my stupid relatives lost, is located on Fort Grief Island in Nibbin Bay. My informant tells me it's hidden in the main keep at the center. Don't know what's guarding it, but I'm sure you can handle it. If you go there and bring it back to me, I'll tell you exactly where Alaron is. Then Alaron may not be coming home from his, journey for a very long time. Like permanently. Whenever you're ready, and it better be soon, I'll have a boat waiting for you to get to Fort Grief Island. Yeah, it's a battle axe with the word Dragal carved into the haft. Huge. You can't miss it. I ain't gonna draw you a picture. Time's wasting. He's safe. For now. What? Are you ready? Fine. I have it waiting for you at... Lucky I'm not making you...
Oh, it appears as though Cyrodiil has tricked another poor soul with his axe story. You haven't guessed it yet? There never was any axe of Dragal. It was just a ruse to lure you out here. I fell for the same trick. In my case, he told me if I retrieved the axe, he'd erase my debts. I was such an idiot to believe him. You're now the prey in Cyrodiil's insane hunt, just like I am. And here we'll most likely die. Cyrodiil doesn't make most of his money being a simple usurer. He also invented what he calls the Hunter's Run. People pay him a great deal of money to hunt and kill living human prey. No questions asked, and he takes care of the bodies. He uses the dungeons under Fort Grief as the hunting grounds. I was placed here because he knew someone would go looking for me. I'm sorry you got mixed up in all of this. I hope you can fight. It's our only chance of escaping alive. Don't bother. The door to this place is now locked. The only way to get out is by descending into the Hunter's Run and killing the Hunters. One of them will have the key to the door. That's Círdan's rules. It's the only way we can win. I wish I could help more, but I can't fight. I've never held a weapon before in my life. Please, get us out of here. Círdan is treacherous. Be wary, friend.
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Huh? Oh, if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Why won't you die? Oh. Yeah. Whoa.
I'm impressed that you killed all my clients. Doesn't matter. More will come along with their purses fat with gold and hearts lusting for blood. Too bad about Alaron. Didn't need him anymore now that you're here. At least now he's free of his debt. Do you really think I could afford to let you leave here? The key you found is a fake. No prey has ever left this island alive. And I aim to keep it that way. You were right about one thing, though. This is my game, and I'm changing the rules.
Let's get this over.
You're pathetic.
How are you? Been better. How about you?
Not bad.
Good to hear. Take care.
Something's wrong. I can tell. What's happened to Alaron? When I saw the grave look on your face, I knew something had happened to him. And what of that fetcher Curdan? Then Alaron's death has been avenged. I told him that the gambling would lead to this, that foolish man. But he never listened. Before you go, I have this for you. Alaron told me that if he ever got in trouble, this could be used to bail him out of jail. He'll not be needing it any longer, and I want you to have it. I'll not take no for an answer. I know you did all you could, and for that, I thank you. Now, please, go in peace. I wish to be alone.